So a lot of shit has been happening in the UK recently regarding like the general election, stuff like that. And what I've noticed is that the media is just such biased bullshit. I don't know if they're just straight up lying or if it is just biased, because I don't believe that they would just straight up lie all the time. Of course, they have to take sources, and then a lot of them don't do the old secondary sources whole song and dance like they should. Instead, they just take what they can get straight away, report it as the news, and then later on go, oh no, turns out that our source was incorrect, which they really shouldn't do, but, you know, they do. So, I don't believe that they're just straight up lying. I believe that they're confirming people's biases. You can see that especially when in American TV and news stations like Fox. Fox just comes up with some of the most bullshit things you'll ever hear. But I don't think that they're just straight up lying. What? Oh, fuck! Straight in, dead straight away. Fucking hell. Anyway, I don't think that they're just straight up lying. It must just be confirmation bias, because nobody wants to hear the person that they don't like is doing good things or isn't a complete arsehole. They all want to hear what they want to hear, basically. So they're going to tune in more if they're being agreed with and if they're getting what they want to hear. So that's what news is probably doing. Unless they're just being shady as fuck. Because a news source recently came out for the BBC saying don't listen to anything you hear on the news. And if that's coming from a BBC source, that's pretty fucked up. You shouldn't really believe everything you hear anyway, since everybody has an agenda. Everybody has an agenda, no matter what you think, no matter what you, how long you've known them for, what they've done in the past. Everybody has an agenda. Nobody's doing anything for free. That's just how the world works. Nobody's doing anything for free in this world. And it's fucking bullshit and it's stupid. And people will fuck you over. But nobody is doing anything in this world for free. Unless it's for family. And then even sometimes then, boy, you'd be lucky. So with the media being as untrustworthy as possible, we have to make our own fucking news sources. This is where, like, social media comes in. A lot of people have also fallen for the trap of thinking, oh, social media must be trustworthy then? Nah, it's not. It's even fucking worse. I've seen people sharing stuff on social media that's got no backing, no sources from fucking info dot fucking TV or some bullshit. I'm swearing a lot in this one. Info.tv or some nonsense. And just taking that as gospel. I have seen some of the funniest news stories. I'm going to get Reese on here at some point to give some of his clickbait article stories that he's seen, because he somehow he finds the best ones. I get a good clickbait article every once in a while, but Reese just seems to live on them. It's pretty good. He'll just send me one, like, the best one I've received recently was, oh, not recently, but the one that I remember was a picture of the main character from Power, some other woman, and then just Nicki Minaj saying, a relationship blossoming on screen. Nicki Minaj isn't anywhere near that show, so they just like to throw out random shit to get clicks. You gotta appreciate it, because they try so hard. You see bullshit like Beyonce died at the tender age of whatever. You just see some of the most nonsense news, and then you have to click on it to find out what the article actually says, how they try and weave their way out of lying. Some of them do. Some of them try and give some bullshit roundabout ways of how they didn't lie, and some of them just completely don't. They just accept the fact that they're bullshitting the audience and just go on about their business. You gotta appreciate those ones a little bit more. The ones that are just honest with you, like, yeah, no, we were talking shit. We just wanted you to click so we could get some sweet ad revenue, and then you'd leave straight away because you realize that this article is bullshit. social media is a dangerous platform. It obviously is good. Obviously, it's a good thing to be able to get any sort of source that you want, because just having limited news sources is only a bad thing. Competition breeds excellence, or whatever the saying is. So if the mainstream media is seeing social media as competition, that's only a good thing. But at least with mainstream news, they have to somewhat be perceived as non-biased. Somewhat be perceived as non-biased. But from what I've seen on Facebook recently, people are the fucking worst. People do not understand humility or humanity. Nothing. They just say what they think. And if anybody comes against them with any sort of opposite point of view, nope, not interested. Fuck you. Get out of my country. It's pathetic, really. And it just goes to annoy you. You just see it and you're just like, why are you so ignorant? And that's what it comes down to. Ignorance. I can't understand ignorance. I may have a point of view that's opposite to yours. But if you come with some facts and you come with some genuine food for thought, I'll take it on board. In the moment, if we're having a heated argument, in the moment, I may not instantly take your side like, oh yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I may argue against it. But I will take it on board. Whereas some people just don't. They will be told the most nonsense stuff. The most nonsensical, stupid, idealistic ideas. I don't know how you make that sentence. The most stupid things that they will just take as gospel. And it just makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. How can you just take everything without asking questions? That's the one thing. Everybody needs to ask questions. Whenever I see a news story come out, everybody's like, yep, this must be what happened. Yep. Where I'm there coming up with some fucking bullshit conspiracy theories as to what might have actually happened until some concrete evidence comes out. Once concrete evidence is out, I'm not there saying, oh yeah, it's all a conspiracy. No, I'm not like that. But until the concrete evidence is out there, I'm asking questions. I'm saying who was there, why were they there, all this sort of stuff. A lot of tragedies have been happening in the UK recently. A lot. And it mostly comes down to, I don't want to get too deep into it, but, mental health is a big issue in this world. It's a big issue in this world. And we don't seem to be dealing with mental health cases in the correct way. Putting them up on a pedestal for doing bullshit, and not really putting them up on a pedestal, but you know what I mean. Giving them the time of day even, when they should be treated as a mental health case. But that's just me, I got my own views of politics and stuff. And that's what I'm saying. I don't research as much as I probably should, because there's just run. There's just too much out there. There is just too much out there. There will be too much for me to be able to do. But I'll try. There's confirmation bias. All right, let me go on to this. There's confirmation bias, as in, I have an idea, so I'm only going to research what supports my idea, and I'm going to ignore everything that doesn't support my idea. I get that. I get why people do that, and everybody's guilty of it. There's no one in this world that can honestly say, I've never looked at something to support an argument. Whatever. I will look at stuff, I will seek out stuff to support my argument. But if I find stuff that completely contradicts my argument and makes my argument invalid or something, obviously I'm not going to take that piece of information, because it will be nonsense. Whereas I see other people, I'll present an idea, a good idea, to an event that happened, a good cause or a good reaction. And they will just completely ignore it. Just completely ignore it. And I'm there like, so what do you want? What do you want? You don't want to open a forum. You don't want to have a good conversation. You're just on here to rant. You're just on here to get people on your side and to not listen to other people's points of view. When it's social media, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be social. It's supposed to be a back and forward. But you're not willing to take anybody's ideas on board. So what are you doing? What's your agenda? Obviously, I'm not perfect. Obviously, Everybody has a bias. Everybody is gonna. I fucking hate Theresa May. I fucking hate her. And if I see something comes out that says that she's out there feeding the homeless, I'm gonna look way deeper into it to see why the bitch is doing it, because I don't believe that she's gonna be doing it for anyone other than herself. So that's my sort of bias right there. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be looking for every shred of information that's showing that she is a complete arse, which she is. That she is a complete arse, and that she's trying to corrupt our freedoms, basically. And I ain't having none of that. So anything I see her doing, I'm ready. I'm there. I'm ready to fight. I've got my fists up, ready to juke out with a bitch. I don't believe that social media is inherently dangerous. I just think that people are going on there for dangerous means. They're not considering. It really comes down to how educated they are on. Maybe not even how to argue, but how to form an opinion, because you're supposed to form an opinion around factual basis. You're supposed to look at the facts on either side, form an opinion around that, so that you can argue it with facts and not just argue opinion against opinion. That is the worst to me. When I'm presenting a fact, like, no, this is a fact, and somebody's like, well, my opinion is this, and I'm like, have you never done any sort of research into how to formulate an argument, how to actually argue with a person who knows what they're arguing for? Because you cannot argue an opinion against a fact. It's just not happening. Like, let's just take this terrorism thing as an example. All Muslims are terrorists. What? Where are your facts? Where's the fact of that? People, this isn't so much an argument anymore, because people have gotten savvy to the fact that all you have to say is, I'm not talking about all Muslims, just the extremists. So they've gotten savvy to that, so they can not look as racist. Message. So they don't look as racist anymore, because they can say, oh, not all Muslims, just the bad ones, just the terrorists. Well, they're just talking shit. They're just trying to cover their own back, because they know a lot of people have been getting in trouble with, like, jobs and shit recently. Oh, dungeon. When it comes to calling out an entire fucking race for being terrorists. Which they should. They should be worried about doing that, because it's fucking bullshit. But, like I said, I'm not going to get onto that. So, they've gotten more savvy to how to work the system. And I don't incite hate. I don't think anybody should do this. But I'm just saying, if you want to do it, it's out there. It's out there. If you want to go and bomb a mosque, it's out there. I'm just throwing it out. That's what they're doing. And it's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy message to spread. And I know freedom of speech, whatever. But I think extreme views against extreme views is crazy. It's actually insanity. Oh, here's this fisherman that gives you a quest. I'm going to leave him there for now. It's just straight up insanity to me, so who knows? Let's empty this fucking ocean. Whoa! We emptying the whole ocean, boy. Fuck! 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 Whoa! What you saying, big boy? Oh! Oh, you beached, are you? You beached, are you? Come here. I'm just gonna slaughter this shark. I don't even remember what this video was about. Manipulating the masses. Media manipulating the masses. That's gonna be the title. So, they're not just straight up lying, they're just confirming biases. Which is almost just as dangerous, because people don't want to look into the actual facts. You could see this straight up. I was going to say with Obama, but you can even see it with Trump. Trump will do one thing, and the media will jump on him for it, and try and rip him down, whatever, because it's the cool thing to do, because that's what everyone's supporting. Nobody is... You'll never see mass media going against what the current idea is, the current the current of the masses. You'll never see that. You will never see that. And that's why. Because they need to get people to buy it. And if you go and you see a newspaper article, they're saying, Trump feeds the homeless. And you're not out there to find out what the fuck is wrong with that story, where the catch is. You're not going to buy it. You're just going to buy it. You're going to buy the one that says, Trump hates Muslims. Like, this is the one you're going to buy, so that when you can formulate an argument with somebody, you can go, here, go, see, look, this newspaper said this. And it's just the human way. It's the way we do it. And on that, I'm going to magic mirror back. Boop. Didn't really get much progress in this fucking video. All I did was walk until I found that dungeon. But any progress is progress. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. Like I said before, if you want to be involved in this series in any capacity, just hit me up in the comment section. Just put your PSN down there. Check out the other videos on screen now. But I'm off now, people. Peace.